Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Anikalis here with my live finally on my perspective on the coronavirus. So I'm going to wait a little bit until more people come on. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching from. Put in a comments box below where you're from. And let's wait for a couple more people because this is a very, very important live. So I've been doing lives this is the 76th day, and I talk about lots of different things relating to my training and life and all of that. But I waited quite a bit, and I've been observing what is happening in the world because I wanted to I had my own perspectives on what's going on, and I just really wanted to see what's happening. So I've had my own thoughts, I've had my own opinions, but there's a couple of things that I would like to share about this. So let's wait a little bit longer to see where people are watching from. So put in the comments box below where you're watching from. Make sure you share this because this is really, really, really important. So this live is not a joke. This is about some of these things can save somebody's life, actually. Make sure you share this. Make sure you invite people into this. I think that you can, I'm not sure where you're at in how it comes up on your screen, but I think you can click some buttons where you can invite people in. So make sure that you keep sharing this with everybody because this is really important. I do want to cover a couple of things. And if you stay to the end, there's something very, very special that I'm going to share with you that absolutely everybody will benefit from. You're funny, Adam. Great. Okay. So guys, stay on, keep on sharing this. So I will actually start. And I just want to talk about, I'm sure we have been overloaded with the media, every type of media, from the newspapers to the talk shows, to the news, to the whatever else. And there's absolute pandemonium out there. So there's a lot of people that are living in fear. I'm sure everybody here has seen what's been going on in a supermarket, and it's just been absolutely crazy. And I think the world needs to stop and take a breather. Take a breather because yes, there's stuff going on out there. But if we continue this, the stress of it is what is actually going to break our immune system down. Stress is one of the key elements of the coronavirus that is actually pushing our immune system to be less than. So, and how do I know this? Now, I am part of a worldwide community of leaders and teachers. It's a training academy from Phoenix, Arizona. And we had a critical meeting a couple of days ago to discuss what is happening in the world. So within this group, so there's 500 people in this group worldwide. So we have a lot of surgeons, doctors, veterinarians, nurses, and people who are having first-hand experience with what is going on out there. So they gave us a rundown of what is happening and asked us to share with the world. So, one of the things they said, it is a virus, yes, but there's many other viruses out there. And just like any other, if somebody has a flu and you sneeze on somebody else, or, we've all had all those flus happen over the years. Everybody caught it. Everybody stayed home in bed sick and all that kind of stuff. So it is really, really important that you take care. And I'm sure that you all know by now that you've got to wash your hands, that you've got to, stay away if you don't feel well, call your doctor. And this brings me to the pandemonium that is happening out there right now. So everybody is scared about being stuck at home for 14 days. It's 14 days only, guys. 14 days. 14 days, why do people run out there and buy half the shop for 14 days? Why are people living in fear? Have you ever asked yourself that question? If, let me ask out of all of you that are watching, from a 1 to 10, where are you sitting in relation to what is happening in the world and in relation to the coronavirus? Are you a 1 where you're quite okay and you're just going to let it happen? Or are you a 10 where you're completely in fear and you're really, really worried? Share in the comments box below. Let's see, where are you at? Where you at right now with your feelings in relation to this? Are you worried? Very, very worried? Have you, is anybody that you know in the situation? Let us know. Put in the comments box below, where are you at? But one of the questions that I have watching and observing for so many days is the fact that a lot of fear is coming up. What is the fear about? What is really the fear about? So just to give you, ask the question, where are you sitting at? I'm sitting on a 2. Because I don't think that there's absolutes to just say, oh, I don't care at all, or I'm completely flipped out. I care a little bit, clearly. I wouldn't want to catch anything. I wouldn't want anybody that I know and my friends, all these other people. And now make sure that you keep sharing this with other people so other people can watch this, because I could say something that can really, really help them. Okay? Yes, Daniela, it is the energy is really low out there, and a lot of people are sort of not talking about it. They're looking at you on a train. I heard from a lot of people, when you get on a train, it's really hard. People are looking at you. People are even scared to sneeze, and if somebody sneezes, they get, people start stepping away from them. Goodness me, we also have pollen in the air, and if people have allergies, they are going to sneeze. I actually have allergies from dust mites, and I have allergies from pollen. And with the weather at the moment, with the winds and everything else, my eyes are really itchy. It's because that's just the way it is. We got plants, all right? But let's go back to my question about the fear that is coming up in people. So what are people fearing? What are they fearing that they are going to miss out on? Are they fearing death? Are they fearing that they are going to die? So if they fear that they're going to die, what are it begs the question, what are they fearing that they're going to miss out on? Life? So what have they been doing all this time? Not living? So maybe this is a wake-up call to say, you know what? I'm going to live my life. Now, I'm not saying go out and do things that might put you to, to get sick, but it's probably a good time to sit back, relax a little, and start thinking. Everybody is so busy. Yeah, everybody's fearing doomsday. Well, what's doomsday? What does that actually mean? What is doomsday? We have 8 billion people on this planet. Just look at the statistics. Yes, there's sick people there, and I'm not discounting that at all. And my prayers and love and energy goes out to them. You know me, I don't want anybody to get hurt. But I think this is an opportunity for people to start to go introspective and start to figure out what's happening to me. What is happening to me inside? If I am scared, if I fear that I'm going to die, if I catch it and I'm going to die, what am I afraid of losing? Losing the opportunities of having a better life, losing the opportunity of being with my family, with my loved ones, or perhaps it's time to turn things around and go, you know what, from now on going forward, thankfully I'm not sick, and I'm going to turn my life around and be with the people that I love and do the things that I want, because actually you never know when it ends. So if doomsday comes, then what are you going to do? Get to a point that the doomsday comes and then you're scared and you go, oh my God, I didn't live my life. Perhaps it's time to start looking and living your life fully and be with the people that you want to be with. Your children, your parents, your families, your friends, and do the things that you want. Don't live in fear. Think about what is it that you want. And if you don't know what you want to do, if you don't have clarity of direction in your life, stay to the end of this video because I have a really, really, really great thing that I'm going to share with you. So stay to the end, okay? Now, the other thing is people are scared so they're scared about death, perhaps, scared about missing out. I'm not sure what they're scared about, but let's start now to live your life to the fullest. Now, what is happening with these 14 days? Now, if you are actually stuck at home for 14 days, are you really stuck at home? It's 14 days out of 356. Most people actually don't leave their house for days on end, but they're not aware of it. Whereas now, because they're aware of it, now they're worried. Oh my God, I'm stuck in a house for 14 days. What am I going to do? Well, then you can, as Adam says, you can clean out. You can watch movies. You can start thinking about what do you want out of life. Sleep, because everybody is overworked, stressed out, running around all the time. You don't have time to live. Do the things that you want to do. Calm down, take some time out and chill out. Watch the movies you haven't had opportunity to watch. Perhaps cook a meal that you haven't had time to cook. So if it's longer than 14 days, then it's longer than 14 days. It's just is. Let's think about those people that were on that boat and they're still stuck on the boat from what I know. And they've been stuck in a room. So count your blessings that it's only 14 days or maybe in a little bit longer. To be quite honest, I doubt it. This is not such an epidemic to that proportion that life is going to stop. And let's just look back 100 years ago, in the 1900s, the 1800s, there have been the cholera outbreaks that wiped out full cities. Well, I think that we are a little bit more advanced in this day and age to be able to deal with that. So make sure, guys, you're sharing this with other people so they can hear this message, and because I know it makes sense to quite a lot of you. Now, in relation to shopping, there's online shopping. We actually there's no shortages. The supermarkets have been saying that there's no shortages of products. If we get to a point that we can't leave our house, dial in, order online. Everybody has a credit card. Pretty much everybody has a credit card. And if you don't have a credit card, I'm sure that there's direct debit, or call a family member and say, can I use your credit card and I transfer the money into your account? In this day and age, there's ways. Think laterally, guys. Think laterally. To every problem, there is multiple solutions. So it's not just, oh, this doesn't work. Okay, it's done. It's doomsday. Okay? Okay, well, let's just look at, let's not get too political, I guess, here, Adam, because at this point, it's not about the government and all of that. It's about what can you do as an individual, and if you're actually, if you have a healthy mind, then I think you should actually listen to what is going on out there. So if the supermarkets tell you that we have plenty of shortages, the government has backups. I was talking to some people in Singapore. When it hit Singapore, everybody rushed to buy the rice, whereas the country actually has a supply, the government has a supply, if anything happens, to take care of its people. And, we might sit around and whine about our government and our prime minister and all that kind of stuff. However, I don't think that there is a country in this world that doesn't have some kind of backup to support its people. Well, that's just my perspective. I'm not going to get into arguments with anybody about this because I don't know. I have no proof. I'm just trying to look at how can we turn all this negativity into some kind of positivity. Now, in relation to the masks, okay? So a lot of people are going, oh no, you got to wear a mask. No, you don't. If you actually do some research, it is advised not to wear a mask because you need to be able to breathe freely. Those people that actually have a cold or a flu, they are the ones that are advised so they don't actually breathe it onto somebody else. Now, a lot of people don't know how to wear the masks. The masks sometimes have spaces, so stuff will get in there anyway. But because you're wearing it all day, you're perspiring, especially in the hot weather, all that germs go inside, you still get some kind of infection. So it's best not to wear it and allow the air to go into your lungs, right? If you are sick, well, then it is advised, isn't it? Stay at home. And if you have to go out, then put a mask on. But other than that, it's advised that we shouldn't be wearing a mask. Now, just to give you an example, I was told that, people have seen in Singapore and even here, people have gone out to food courts and they have gone to eat. They have a mask on because they don't want to catch anything. And then they go to the food court and order food that somebody else made for them with their bare hands, even if they had a glove on or not. And then they pull down their mask to eat. So let's just be more aware of what are we doing, and let's not live in that fear. Just keep living your life, be careful, and take care take care of yourself. Now, the other thing is don't judge other people's. Now, I made some notes here because I have quite a bit to say about this, and I'm leading towards something really, really important that I believe is going to affect us and the world more than the virus itself. So stay on, share this with other people, give me some love so I can, because this is very confronting for me to talk about this because I have never done anything like this before. Whereas I find this is rather important and where I'm leading to is extremely important. But there's a couple of things that I would like to cover, which I don't know if you guys thought about, heard about, or whatever, but I want to share with you some of the things that I picked out from the leaders from in our world and their perspectives and people who do a lot of good in the world and how they look at things. And if I relate to them, I actually let them know. So the thing is, don't judge others for their perspectives, okay? So if somebody is scared, they are scared for their own reasons, okay? But I agree, we shouldn't be judging. We need to have compassion for those people who are in fear. That's right. So let's not judge other people. They are scared. But let's see if we can support them in some shape or form. Ask them kindly from love, from a space of love. Okay, what's going on for you? What is happening? What are you scared of? Trust me, I have a son. I did ring him on Sunday and I said, hey, because I know what he's like. He's 18 years old and he's too busy hanging out with his friends and going to uni and on a tram and going to bathrooms and just washing his hands quickly. And I said to him, are you washing your hands with soap? He goes, sometimes. And I go, look, I kind of advise that you wash your hands, with soap. And I gave him a bit of a rundown. So I educated him because it's the best that we can do. We cannot monitor everybody in our life that we are worried that they might get sick and they might, something happens to them. So I shared with him, you live with your grandma who's older and she's frail. I said, so make sure that you wash your hands and you take care. And nothing happens to her. So when people are scared, don't judge them. Now, the first thing I thought when the madness happened, I'm going, oh, come on, people, just settle down. And then I said, no, okay, sit back. People don't know what is happening. There's lots of, and we all know that sometimes the media can go a little bit overboard. Whatever their reason is, they do it. But it's very important that we stop and we take it all in, and then don't make judgment. It's very, very important. Yeah, I understand, Mohammed. You know, we all do. Like, I had a bit of a scratch in my throat, and I kind of went, okay, what do I do now? Do I call my doctor? What do I do? I drank lots of water. Make sure you drink lots and lots and lots of water. So guys, keep sharing this with people, because other people want to know. And even if you're watching this on a replay, share this with your friends, so we can all have a hand in you know, when you drop a stone in water, there's a ripple effect. Let's have a ripple effect and support people. So I would love for you to share this video with your people on your timeline, in as many mediums as you possibly can, so people can actually learn something. Is whatever I'm talking about here is, it's been weeks worth of watching, observing, reading, doing some research, and the things that I relate to, that's what I'm talking about, and that's just from what I relate to. Is it true? It's my truth. So if you don't agree with it, I fully understand, but this is just my perspective, and this is why I waited this long. And yesterday somebody said on my live, she said, I have been waiting for your perspective, Annie. I've been waiting for you to share. So that's really, really great support. So I want to say thank you to Anya for that, because, you know, it helps, because I don't want to just talk, right? Now, responsibility is a big word that has been used out there, okay? So responsibility in relation to what do you do? So I consider myself a leader in my world. I lead from my experiences. I lead in my family with my son. I lead people. So, and I think all of you are leaders. Okay, so you are all leaders, and you're leaders in some shape or form. You're a leader of your own life. You're a leader of your families. Some of you run businesses. Some of you are leaders at work, in some kind of sports, in your community. You are all leaders. So don't forget that, okay? Just, you don't need to have a title that says you're a leader. You are a leader, okay? So I was supposed to go to Singapore on Thursday, and I can tell you it has been quite a emotional roller coaster for me, because it's my sister's 50th birthday, and she's like my best friend. And I wanted to surprise her. She didn't know, so I bought my ticket. I booked my parking and everything else. And in the end, I had to look at, I am responsible. If you're in a plane, you're actually in quite a good space, because the air in a plane doesn't transmit any type of virus, right? But I didn't want to take anything to my sister and my niece, put them in danger. I don't want to be stuck, and Singapore, actually, if you don't know, anybody who's thinking about traveling to Singapore actually, as of midnight tonight, is going to enforce the 14-day quarantine if you go into the country. And then when I came back, I would have had to stay 14 days at home. Now, that's not an issue for me, because I can fill my time with lots and lots of stuff. However, I am responsible for society, to my sister, to everybody else. So responsibility is not about laying blame, justifying, finger pointing and denying. It is about taking personal responsibility for your part in what is happening in this world right now. Okay? So this is what leads me now into the key thing and the most important thing, and this is where I want you guys to please share this. It's very, very important. Just like SARS a couple of years ago, SARS came, it went. But there wasn't such a big pandemonium as it is now. And what is happening just like with the GFC in 2008, the GFC is not what hurt everybody, it was the aftermath. So with the coronavirus, what's happening now, and there is madness that's happening in the world, the coronavirus will run its course and it's going to go. But what is happening to the economy, that is going to be the biggest hurt that our society and the world will be experiencing. Now, the other day I went to the shops and I went into one of my favorite shops and was closing down. So everything was for sale for $2. And I saw some of the shops in this shopping center selling out and closing down in days. Now, I don't know whether this has been coming or whether this just happened, but we all hear it. There's a lot of people that are going to get hurt. Now, I am a trainer, I'm a facilitator and a coach. I do a lot of my coaching online, but there's a lot of people that do live events and they're closing down. Even people like Tony Robbins is actually not doing his UPW. I don't know what other programs he has in line, but he's actually postponed one of them already. So there's a lot of the trainers, a lot of people that do public speaking. Companies are enforcing rules and regulations of half the company being at home and half the company going to work. There's people are not prepared for what happened. But the thing is, for example, the girls that I was talking to in that shop, I said to them, what are you going to do now? They said, we don't know. We don't have a job. And with the fact that a lot of companies are going to close down, a lot of businesses will close down, there's going to be mayhem out there and people have no direction. They don't know where they're going. So what can we do now? What can I do now? Okay. So I'm thinking, and this is what the meeting was about with our leadership group from our academy. As leaders and teachers, what is our responsibility? How can we support the world? And this is where I am very emotional, because whatever I do every single day is about thank you, Juliana, free to visit. No, I'm not coming. I just canceled my ticket. So what can I do? So what I decided is that I would like to invite everybody, as many people as possible, as many people who want to have some kind of direction, to a free online workshop that I'm going to do on goal setting. And I'm going to do this on the 30th of March at 8 p.m. Australia time. Melbourne, Australia. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I have found over the years, like I have been involved in personal development for 10 years, and I have been a coach for pretty much as long. And a lot of people that I speak to, I find that they have no direction. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going, and they're lost. However, some people can't afford to do certain courses with me or whatever else. However, this is not about making money. I'm not interested in making money in this. What I want to do, I have a really amazing program that I know that people will benefit from one way or another. And what I want to do, I mean, this program is a full day program, so I'm going to have to do a shorter version. But what I've done is I've actually picked out the key elements that's going to help people. And I'm going to do a 2-hour workshop on Zoom. And I will be actually, I'm organizing at the moment because I'm not a very technical person. So I'm going to organize the links and everything else in the next couple of days. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this workshop. Now, normally this workshop is about $1,200. But this is going to be for free. So guys, when you have an opportunity, seize opportunities. This has worked for me. It was one of the most powerful programs I've ever done. And I do it with myself twice a year on my own. And I do it twice a year with my mentor. So 4 times a year, I go through this goal setting program. And why? Because I need to be connected to my dreams. I need to be connected to what I want. I want to understand why sometimes things don't happen, and then have a formula that can help me how to move ahead. Now, do you guys have anything like that? Do you guys use anything like that? Tell me, put it in us. Thank you, Con. I look forward to seeing you in it. Put in the comments box below. Do you actually have a process that can help you move ahead? So 30th of March, 8 p.m. Australia time. So put it down there. I'm going to have to organize the links in the next couple of days. So I just came up with this, so you guys need to give me some time. But all I'd like you to do is share with as many people, because this is an opportunity that you can't miss, okay? So I will be giving you the most important key pieces on why people don't achieve their goals. Take them on a trip to figure out what is it that they want, not other people for them, what they want. Find the goals in the 3 important areas of life, and then give you a couple of steps on how to achieve your goals. This is really, really important, especially now with what is happening in the world. If anybody loses their job, they won't know what to do. So yes, Anya, you were going to do it, so here it is. So make sure that you will sign up when I have the links, and I'm going to put everything through, and come and join me. I would be very, very thrilled to support you going forward. Bring your family, do it at home, tell your family to come over, put the computer on the table, get everybody to sit around the table and write. And then that's going to help you communicate with each other, support each other, because you know what? When you do something like this with a partner, family members, business associates, you are actually learning together, and then you can bounce off each other and support each other in your own dreams, in your own goals, so you are not alone. So I am here to support you, and I'm here to help you. So with that, I think we've come to an end, and I hope this was really informative for you guys. Please make sure you share this even after when we finish. Share this with other people. Share your comments and your thoughts on this with me. It's really important that I know how you feel about what I said. If you have any ideas, if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments box below. If you're watching a replay, make sure you put it in. Tell me whatever you want. And if you guys want me to do any videos or lives on a particular topic that is dear to your heart, that is really important to you, that you don't have answers for, and it's actually affecting your life in some shape or form, make sure you put it in there, because it helps me share with you my perspective. I have gone through many things in life. I had many challenges growing up in a fairly violent home and surviving that, and in the end being there and in forgiveness with my parents at their deathbed, to being in a marriage where I adored and loved my husband, he adored and loved me, but for some reason it broke down. And how did I cope with all of that? The relationship is good now. We are together. Not together, but we are parents to our son. We get on really well. We go out, we have coffee. How is that possible? How is it possible to have a breakdown of a marriage and not hate each other? It is possible, guys, but you got to be able to dedicate yourself to yourself first and foremost. Do the work on yourself, then to understand how to show up in society, how to deal with your own pains, and be able to move ahead, because life is beautiful. Life is tough, life is hard, but it's also very beautiful, because if you've heard of the law of duality, there's two parts to one entity. There's two parts to us. We have our good parts and we have our not so good parts. So, you know, I guess not so good parts. We have both ends. You can be angry, you can be happy, you can be in love, you can be, you know, blameful, you can be in fear, because the opposite of love is actually fear. It's not hate. Okay, well, I don't know, Diaz. Diaz says, I just want to tell you that this whole corona isn't really effective. America is just trying to spread fear. Well, you know, thank you for your opinion. I think the whole world is spreading. It's not just America. Everybody is spreading the fear. It's not just the American newspapers. It's everybody. It hasn't really hit America fully. It's actually spreading that way. It started in Asia, moving through Europe, and then it's going to hit America. So I don't really want to say it's just the Americans. This is not a live to bring up some kind of conspiracy theory. This is about, and not to blame, I'm not here to point fingers. This is about what can we do? What responsibility do we have? And yes, Daniela, you're very correct. There is a gift in all of our adversities. Yeah, we cannot appreciate the good without the unfavorable. So we always thank you so much for your input. I really, really appreciate it. You know, we need to look at what is also good in our life and turn our negatives into positives. Because, you know, I'm sure you've heard it, you know, feel the fear, do it anyway. You know, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of mistakes, because they are your lessons if you choose to learn from them. Otherwise, you're just going to be a victim and you're going to be pointing a finger at everybody else rather than taking personal responsibility. And there is a lot of help out there. There's a lot of people that can help you. There's a lot of professionals that can help you. All you need to do is decide, make a choice that your life is worthwhile living, that your life can be great. So with that, thank you from the bottom of my heart, everybody, for watching. And I shall see you tomorrow in my next live. And clearly I do a live every single day. Give me some content that you want me to do. If you have some great ideas what you want me to talk about, put it in there. I don't talk about politics. I just want to be clear on that, because I don't know anything about it. So there's no point for me to talk about that. But anything to do with having a better quality of life, I can share with you my experiences. I always speak from my experience, not from theory. And see if I can support you in any shape or form. Okay, and I will see you all on the 30th at 8 p.m. on Zoom. And watch out in the next couple of days for the link, and register and come and enjoy 2 hours where you can create your own life. And that is all compliments of me. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Much love and kisses, and have a good evening or good morning wherever you are. Bye for now.